Okay, so this is a new tutorial, and what I'm going to do is show how to animate the letter. It doesn't matter if it's the letter R, which is more complicated, or whether it be the letter I, which is less complicated. Okay, so I'm going to show what the animation is. It's pretty simple, but it's fun. If I grab all the controllers, you'll notice first make sure that your bones are set to reference, as well as your mesh. You don't want your bones to have any animation on the bones. If you have animation on the bones, it will be in red, and that's just a recipe to have your project get self-implode and get destroyed. Like it'll do a havoc to your stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna show the animation. You notice these are my keyframes. Very little. I was tempted to make it more elaborate and more fun, but I decided to hold back. So I think this is a good starting point for animating the letters. So I'm gonna play it now. Very fun. I think it looks a lot of fun to do. Okay, so I'm gonna start that. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a review about the rig. Alright, so this one, the bottommost controller, I can it has a parent constraint, and also has a orient, meaning rotation constraint. This one as well. This one as well too. I've shown a tutorial. I made a tutorial on how to go in and further modify your rig to change the other controllers so that they can be become a parent constraint as well. So yeah, even this one. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this on the side. Before I do that, I'm gonna fire up Maya. I'm gonna pause the video for a moment. Alright, so I had to pause the video for a moment and to pull up a copy of this file. And basically I want to also show before I start the graph editor. And it's very clean, as you can see. Super clean. Simple and clean, but the end result, it looks like the animation is more more harder or more interesting or more challenging than it looks, right? But yet the graph editor is very simplistic and clean. That's what I wanted to point out as well. And what I'm going to do is from here, Windows, Animation, Graph Editor, I'm going to just wipe out the keyframes, right? Just to make sure there's no keyframes. Yeah, I still have some. I'll wipe it out. So it's perfectly clean, right? And I also my global control. Right now I have it set to off. I can turn it back on. And my global control, for now, I want to just hide it. I mean, you could place it. I mean, you can move your character wherever with the move global control. Let's say it's on top of a hill, and then from there you can, let's say it was on, right? And once it's on top of a hill or in the sky falling, then you can go and turn it off, and just from there, just animate with this, like that. So it's up to you. In the meantime, I turned off my global control. If you end up wondering, where's that pink rectangle? Alright, so first things first, I'll close everything, close everything, right? Make sure my bones are locked out, make sure my mesh is locked out. And then from there, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna change the color of the floor. Okay. Shading, I'm gonna turn off use default material. Okay, good. And for the floor, I need to see the ground floor, so right, so it's this one. Just like in the other video, I'm gonna turn up the transmission for the ground floor. There you go, so I can see through it. Alright. From there, I like to work from the, for example, the front. And I like to turn off the grid for now, it's super annoying. And then from here, right? What is this time editor? I like to grab all my controllers, right? All my controllers. And then, so depending on your animation, right? You're gonna want to have a bit of a delay where everything's just, as is, just static. And but at the same time, if you have motion going on right off the bat, then you don't have to listen to what I'm saying. But for now, maybe I'll undo that. Yeah, I'm not gonna have a moving hold. When I say moving hold, meaning that on this one, see from frame 0 to 10, there's nothing going on, a static. I should say a static hold. The reason why I put a static hold is so that for the sake of demonstration, there's a bit of a delay instead of going right into the animation, which is kind of jarring. So if you have a shot where there's action right off the bat, then disregard what I'm saying about this. So let's just assume we're gonna move right from the start. I like to grab everything, press S, right? As in Sam. I have my auto keyframe turned on. I think by now everyone is ready for that, right? So from here, what I want to point out is that using this example, right? The mechanics is basically where if I grab my center of gravity, it's 1, 2, 3 up in the air, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 down, and then 1, 2, 3 up in the air, 1, 2, 3 down, and then 1, 2, 3 up in the air, 1, 2, 3 down. So that's what that is. And then if I were to let's say pull up my graph editor, I'll make this one, panels, panel, graph editor. Alright, so if this is my graph editor I set up, 2 panels. The other thing too is that right now I got my center of gravity selected, center of gravity, and then under my, for example, translate Y, here's my translate Y, and I'm controlling the sizing of my graph editor by holding Alt and Shift and right mouse up and down, or right mouse left and right, and still holding Alt and Shift. I discussed about this inside of the PDF documentation. Anyway, so I have my tangents broken. Well, this one's not broken, which I'll show right now. You grab the tangent, then it's right here, this one right here. This is also described in the PDF. You can scrub, see? That. So you get a immediate explosion. Right? These are broken. Right? See? And then over here, same thing. If I wanted to, I can just select the mesh, select the curve, select the handle, and just middle mouse and do that. Then over here, same thing. These are all broken. And over here, I can select the key, then just select the controller, just tweak it. Select that, go over here, do that. And go over here. You can go over here, grab that, middle mouse, click and drag. And as you can see with the animation, you notice it has a high point, and then it progressively gets smaller and smaller bounces. These are the highs of my bounces because they translate Y, which is your up and down, right? So from here, and if I wanted to, here I can make it higher. Here, grab that, make it higher. Then let's see what happens. See? And then let's say this one I can make it even higher. And this one maybe higher, who knows? So there's that. Then on the movement, right? Here's the movement. So here, boom, boom. And if I wanted to, I could move it more. And then here, maybe I can either move this more if I wanted, move this more. Like this, I can move that more. Then maybe I can move that more. Move that more if I want. Move this more if I want. Let's try it out. See? All through here, which is my translate X. X is in red, moving this way. So I just want to give a review about that, because working with the graph editor in conjunction with the animation is important. And also you notice the timing, only 3 frames.